Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the pre-market homework session for Tuesday, July 15th, 2014. For those that are visiting us for the first time, this is Quantum Leap. We are a self-organized learning environment. My name is Doug McKay. I'm the founder and head moderator of Quantum Leap. Quantum Leap is a private organization or group of traders, as you call it. We call it a self-organized learning environment. We get together into a Skype chat room on a regular basis, and then we come here each morning before the market to go through our daily analysis, our routine to get prepared for trading, and then I share my hypotheses for the day and my trade levels and targets for those that are interested. If you're interested in finding out more information, send me a Skype contact request at Doug_McKay. I'll be the one from Windsor, Ontario, Canada, or you can give me an email at d.mckay@stealthtrader.com. For those that are watching this on YouTube, after the fact, we do go through the macro to the micro first to prepare and get in a routine to make sure we understand the context of the market. You might want to skip ahead and get into some more in-depth chart analysis a little later on in the video. Before I do anything, I've got to get the legals out, so let's do that. This information is for the purpose of educating members who want to expand the knowledge of the business of trading. It's not for trading or investment advice. You and only you are responsible for the trades or investment decisions you make. Trading futures or any instrument involves risk loss. Please consider carefully whether futures or options are appropriate to your financial situation. Only risk capital should be used when trading futures or options. Investors could lose more than initial investment. Nobody at Quantum Leap is a certified trader, certified trade advisor. We are retail traders operating within a self-organized learning environment. Past performance is not indicative of future results, and any trades that you see in Quantum Leap are for education purposes only. Please trade your own due diligence and your own trade plan. Okay, let's get right to the numbers. Okay, so we're currently trading. Where are we trading? We are currently... Sorry, I didn't even look. I was busy writing the hypotheses for Russell. All right, so we're currently trading 1309.20. Oh, it's gold. What am I doing? I didn't want to look at the gold. I want to look at the ES. Oh, I'm just not with it this morning, sorry. All right, so we're currently trading basically 72.75 right now. Okay, sorry about that. So currently we're trading 1972.75. Of course, the big target above us is the all-time high and the year high and the month high up at 1978.25. Remember, we still have a valid cup and handle that has not played out the measured move yet, and that measured move is up to 1982.25, I believe. 82.25, 82.50. But 82 nonetheless, and that puts us into all-time new highs. Our month open is 1954.50, so we are clearly still within a bullish month, and our previous month high was 1960, so we're above the prior month. Nothing really jumps out in the macro, so let's go down to the intraday. We opened Globex yesterday at 62.75, had a high at 72.25 overnight and a low at 62.50. We opened auction out of range at 71.50. It was a fairly decent gap, so we were looking for responsive buyers to step in and take us up. We kind of had a rotational open, and we were in that area that was very cluttered with a lot of targets, and basically we rotated all day, had a very tight range for the day. Our initial balance high 73.25, initial balance low 69.75. All the intraday numbers were higher. 71.50 on the 1230 number, RTH high 74, RTH low 69.75, and a close at 71, and our VPOP shifted up to 71.50. The range in the RTH 4.25. Don't see that very often on non-holidays, but it was a normal variation day. We did break the IB to the one side. Our value area high was higher at 72.50. Our value area low was 70.50 for a 2-point value area, and we broke the IB to the upside at 9.54. Light volume yesterday. Now just under 850,000. The RTH just under 1 million. So we are balancing out for the day. Right now, our current high 74.50 in the Globex and low at 67.25. Of course, that's the full session high and low so far, and that gives us an ATR target to the upside of 1980 and a ATR target to the low side at 1961.75, and that 1980 is, only slightly lower than that measured move on the cup and handle that we've been watching since last week. Let's go over and take a look at the trends macro to the micro, see where we are in this. You can see that we're above last month's high, and we're trending quite nicely on the monthly. Good slope and separation. Trend is very much intact on the monthly. On the weekly, same thing. We've got good slope, good separation. Prices paralleling the 9 EMA quite nicely. Trend is intact there. On the daily, we had a little bit of we closed that technical gap from last week, came down, tested the 20 SMA, tried to break below it, but we did not close below it, and then since then we've popped up and gotten back above the 9 and the 20, and we're starting to get slope and separation. Trend is very much intact here. Going over to the geometric chart, we do have this energy point that I'm watching. This is due to hit us on the 18th, and we've come up and we're testing the center line of this new short-term upward sloping fork. If we break above the 1976 area, 1975-75, look for a possibility to come up today and test this upper line of the intermediate upward sloping fork up here at that 1983 level, and of course take out that measured move of the cup and handle. If we fail to break out of the center line of the shorter upward sloping fork and we get some weakness, possibility to come down and test the lower line of this fork would bring us down to 1953 area. I'm not expecting that. That 1952.75, 1953 is a very key area below us, and we'll get into that when we get into the composite charts. Just taking a look at what we have in terms of trends coming into the RTH session. On the intraday charts, we've got good slope and separation. We just closed out a technical gap through time right here. We did not break below the 9 EMA. There is a upward trend starting. We do have a naked cross down here on the 4-hour at 1960, so mark that down in your journals. But overall, the trend is intact, and if we break below 1970, we could come down into this 1964 and a quarter area, and that's a key area on the composite as well. Looking at the 30-minute, 30-minute is not as clear. We've got a bit of a technical gap, possible foobar, Mr. Sneaky. There is a naked cross down here at 1971, likely to get closed out sometime during the RTH session, but it's just looking like we're starting to get a trend. Here's a really good example of a nice tech gap, Mr. Sneaky, by the way, and then move back up to close it out. Going to the 15-minute, you do have a clearer trend here. Price is better. It's paralleling the 9 EMA. You have good slope and separation. There's another naked cross down here at that 1970. I don't think we're done with the 1970 area, 1971 area just yet, but we'll have to wait and see what we have on the open. Just drill it down one more time. You can see we do have a trend intact and going on the 5-minute. A little bit of a consolidation going on right here. We do have a foobar, Mr. Sneaky, though, so we could get a bit of a rotation down first. So let's go over and take a look at the composite. So here's what the big picture looks like. You can see that we've gapped up. We came down to that 1952 area, pushed through a little bit lower, but they've accepted value a little bit higher here at that 56 and a quarter area, and then they gapped up over the weekend, and currently right now we're trading up in this upper distribution inside the small 2-day micro composite that put in the all-time high. Trading around the CHVN at 1971. I think we'll rotate back to this during the course of the RTH session. Possibly test this small CLVN at 70 and a quarter. Maybe even come back to this 1968. 75. But if we do see buyers stepping in, look for them to go up and test the upper side of this balance around us. Inside of 73.50, I think that you got a good shot of coming up and taking this naked closeout and testing the CLVN at 75. Above 75, everything's about making a new high with the first target above at 77.50. And testing the 78 and a quarter all-time high, and of course taking out the first target above, which would be that measured move on the cup and handle. So let's take our levels from overnight and start moving things over. We have an overnight high right now at 74.50. That's 2 ticks above the range high from yesterday. We have a overnight low all the way down at 67 and a quarter. That's below the range. So we basically 67 and a quarter. We basically have had a outside candle, okay, engulfing candle so far against yesterday's tight range in the Globex. The Globex VPOC, which is not likely to shift, is 72.75. Which is basically just above the value area high there. And then just want to mark the 69 LVN in the Globex down. It represents the range low, just below the range low. That gives us a little bit of possible extension here at 69, right? 69. Against the overnight low. So we don't need this, so we can get rid of that, and we'll just expand this out. So right now we're going to be open. If we open right here, we're going to open just outside of value, okay, the value area high here at 72.50, but inside of range. So basically you've got this this area between the 74, okay, and the 72, but really what I'd be worried about is this 75 right here, and that 75 is a key CLVN. So I'm not going to use the 74 as range high as a trade area. I'm going to actually use 75 because we're likely, if we hold the value area high here at 72.50, we come down and responsive buyers step in and keep us outside of value. We're likely to rotate up through the range high at 74 to take out the overnight high at 74.50. We have a 96% probability of taking out the overnight high or the overnight low. Where do you think we're going to take out? We're likely going to take the 74.50 out. So what I'd be looking at for on the open is if we come down here at the 72.75, the overnight VPOC, and test the value area high, and then responsive buyers step in, I would get long from here into the 74 and the overnight high at 74.50 with possible responsive seller stepping up here, stepping in at 75 to come back down to test the range again. So watch that. If we don't come down and test the 7250 area and we just break above the range and test the 75, wait for the breakout above 75, and then you can get long into the first target, above range and above value, which is going to be up here at that 7750. And then, the target just above that is going to be the 7850 all-time high, and if we don't see a responsive seller stepping in there, we have a measured move target up here at 82 and a quarter. Don't forget that we also have the 20-day ATR target just below that at 1980. So 2 targets above that all-time high. I would not try to fade this. Did you want to say something, Howard?
Just a note that I'm showing the Globex VPOC at 70.75.
We'll check that before I 70.75. So you got it down here. Maybe you didn't get a shift. Can you do a download?
Sure.
Okay, so that's our targets to the upside. If we break above that 75, I would not be looking to short this market. There's just too much, above us, and the buyers are going to be clearly in control. So I would look for spots to get in and get long towards the takeout of the all-time high at 78.50 and a move to that 82 and a quarter measured move. Now, if we get inside of value and we break below the 72.50, you've got a clear target just below at 71.50, the naked VPOC, and then you also have one here at the naked close at 71, and that 71 is the CHVN in this area, so I would be targeting that 71. Of course, you want to scale before you get to the VPOC, but once inside, we should take out the naked close the gap, and then I'd be looking for a move down to test the value area high, the 80% value area destination trade, down to the value area low, and that would be the first spot that I would look for responsive buyers, once we're inside of value from yesterday. Of course, if we do break below the value, I'm not putting a lot of stock in this 1969.75 range low. I would look for them to come down and test the LVN from the prior night or from the Globex session, and I would be looking for the responsive buyers stepping in here and trying to bring us back up into range and into value. So really the trade is the break below 72.50, but if you miss it, I would take the break below 70.50 for a move at least down to 69. Now, if 69 does not hold, you've got the CLVN right here just below it at 68.75. So if you are looking to get into a trade at that point in time, wait for the break below the 68.75 CLVN, and look for them to take out the gap, close at 67, and the overnight low at 67 and a quarter, with a push through down to this former microcomposite VPOC at 1966.75, and the naked VPOC here at 66. So I would really be targeting this 66, but I'm going to put the target just above it at 66.75, because that would give us a push through to take out the overnight low and push through to that 66 and guaranteed that we get filled. Below that, a key level is at 64 CLVN, and then anything below that really you've got the 59 area that I'd be watching, but you got a range low and a naked close still at 62 and a quarter, but it's really this 1959 that I'd be targeting down here, because I don't think at that point in time we're going to have much to hold us up until we get down to 59. And then, you know, we could see some buying step in, but the 2-day microcomposite VPOC is right at a key level, you know, that we need to hold, which is this 1956 and a quarter area. If we don't hold that level, then we're likely to get some continuation and move back down to that 52 area yet again. So I'm going to put 56 and a quarter. Of course, you do have a naked VPOC just below it at 55.50, but extended target for the day is going to be down here at this 52.75, 53. Why? Because if you look here, oh, I took it off. The most accepted price in this area is this 1952 and a quarter. Going back, I don't know why that. I've got a longer term microcomposite that goes back to the former date of, I think, 666. Anyway, 52 and a quarter is the extended target below for the day, and I'm not expecting us to get much beyond that. That's pretty much outside of our range. So going over to the Russell, I did already post the Russell levels. Actually, probably the easiest way to do the Russell is, let me bring up this this picture here. We're currently trading the Russell. Where are we trading on the Russell? So we're currently trading 1162. We're going to open inside of value, inside of range. So, you know, pretty clear areas to do business are your, you know, value area high and value area low. You're going to get a lot of chop in this area. The overnight VPOC is 62.50. So, and our overnight high is extended up to 63.60. Fix that. 63.60. Come on. And our overnight VPOC is not likely to change at 62.60. And our overnight remains down all the way down here at 55. So we're going to open up inside here. There's not a lot, you know, here. Let me just bring up our TF composite. So just below the value area low, we have a clear target down here at 59.10. And just below it, we have the range low at 58. So I would be using 58 as a level here. If we get below the value area, I'd be looking for them to come down to this 59.10 area and test the range low. Outside of range and outside of value, the first key level is that you know, overnight low and the naked close down here at 55.60. And then a very key level is going to be this 54.60 area. Because just below that, I'm sorry, 54.70, that's your value area low from this upper distribution, this this compass, this I can't even talk today. This is the picture that I was putting in on Sunday night, looking at where we are in the Russell. And you've got this distribution zone, accumulation and distribution. If the value area low is that 5740 down here. So if we get below it, actually, is it shifted down slightly? Yeah, it has shifted down slightly to 5470. If we get below that, then look for a move down to take out this naked VPOC at 5330 and a move down to where they found buyers on that last push and accepted value in around 5270. Two good targets down there. And then there really isn't much down here, okay, until you get all the way down to this 4670, and that's where I would be looking for, them to find some support is down here in this 4670, CHVN, with a very, very key level below it down here at 3750 will give us a move down into that former accumulation zone. Why is it not coming up? Sorry, just bringing this back over. If we get below this 3750, then we're going to be coming in and testing the value area high from this lower distribution, and we're likely to rotate back down towards the composite VPOC at 111640, which is also the microcomposite VPOC that is in this lower distribution zone. And then we've got a lot of repair to do below. So 3750 is really a key level that we've got to hold in the Russell. If we don't hold it, then I'm expecting a move down towards the most traded price going back to October the 9th, 2013 at that 111640, and then a lot of chop in this area again as we repair this area, this blunt area of the composite that has a lot of undetermined fair value. To the upside, of course, if you break above the 1165, it's going to be a move back into balance in this distribution, and the microcomposite VPOC at 1168.30 would be the first target above. Maybe a little bit of resistance here at 67, but I think if we get up there, we're going to go for the microcomposite VPOC and likely go test the range high up there at 69.50. And that would be another area I'd be looking to add on to this trade, because if you get above that, then you've got a clear target up at the 70.80 naked close, and then really there's not a lot of resistance above until you get up to the 76.30 area. And then above the 76.30, you've got the former microcomposite VPOC where they tried to hold value at 1177.80 and a CHVN at 78.20. So that's my target above that 76 CLVN. It's going to be 78.30. And then the big number above us is going to be the value area high of the microcomposite up here at 81.70. Come on. And then above microcomposite value, we've got clear targets at the naked close at 1183.30, but the big number above us is this 1187.90, and I'm not really expecting much resistance until we get up to 1190 area. Come on. All right, and then above 90, it's all about this 1195.90. So that's our extended target for the day. All right, so that's what I'm looking at in Russell. Let's go over to gold, take a quick look at gold. The CLVN has now shifted. I'm going to bring all this in, okay? Still showing that the microcomposite VPOC is in line with the composite VPOC. This composite VPOC goes all the way back to 2008. So it is going to act as a magnet. The CLVN is shifted from 1306. It was shifted up to 1307 yesterday. It's now shifted down to 1305.40. So long as we stay above that, we stay inside a range, and we're likely to slowly work our way up to this 1315.80. If we break below 1305.40, look for a move down to test the 1300 and the 1299 CLVN. Just make sure you get funded before you get down to this 1302.20. And then below that, it's all about this 1293, because this was where the composite VPOC was before it shifted up to the 1315.80. So if it gets below 1200, we're going to go into price discovery to find buyers, and that area is going to be in that 1293, 1294 area. And then we're likely to chop around in this area as they fight to, find buyers to get us back up into the 1300s. If we get back up into value and into this balance area, then I'd be looking for a move to test the other side of balance up here at 1322.70. That was our value area high at one point within this microcomposite. And above that, look for a move up to test the value area high, the current value area high at 1328. But watch this 1329.75. If we get above 1329.75, then I think we got a clear move up to this 1337.20 and possibly get some continuation back up to that 1346.20 where they found some pretty strong responsive sellers up there to hold us down, and that was our resistance level we were looking at before we made the move up there. So I think we're going to see a lot of chop in gold today, between 1305 and possibly 1315.80. Not expecting a lot more than that, but if we do get up there and they accept that 1315.80, look for a possibility of continuation up into the 1322.70. So that's going to complete the pre-market session. As always, trade well, trade safe, and we will catch you on the flip side. Hey, Rafi.